Hi friends, Rachel from RK Ribbon Designs, and I am in the thick of it when it comes to getting stuff ready for my craft show. It is next week, Friday, and my setup is next week, Thursday, so technically I need to be done with everything probably Tuesday, and today is Tuesday, so I have like 1 week. I got a lot of stuff done for my trees. And if you're new to me, I do one large craft show every year where I decorate my trees completely with all handmade picks and sprays. And then the people come into my booth and then they pick off from the trees, or I'll have like buckets and things. So I try to kind of make it like a store experience. But because it's a craft show, everything has to be handmade. And I really enjoy doing it. I realize it's crazy. There's a lot of times where things are a lot cheaper to just buy them. I understand that. But I really enjoy doing it. And I also have like tabletop trees and arrangements and some ribbon garlands and things. So it's not just all trees, but that's really what catches everybody's attention. And a lot of people like to come out and support, your handmade businesses. So I get a lot of good sales from it. But right now I'm trying to be like, where can I spend my time wisely? So I'm trying to find faster picks that I can make that are still going to have an impact on trees. So today I'm going to show you a really cute one, and this is super, super easy. We're going to make the entire pick together because it's going to be so fast. And this is it. And the thing that I love about it is because it's one of those that it's going to dance around in your tree. And it's going to actually take up a lot more space than you're expecting because it sprays out. And you can add more of these if you want. It's up to you. But they'll just poke them in your tree and they'll just kind of fan out in there. So you just kind of poke it in there. And then they just kind of dance around in your trees. So it gives that playful, whimsical feel to your trees. So the good thing is there's many colors. And what I'm going to be using is the 20-inch chenille stems. Now, typically from your stores, you're going to get them. They're always going to be 12-inch. And I bought a bunch before from Michael's, and I have black and white here. And every time I would go to make things with them, I just didn't like it because I could always see like the wire in the center of the stems, and they were kind of scrawny. So I'd always have to take two, wrap it around each other, two whites wrap around each other, and then finally wrap the two together. So I'd be using 4 every time just to give it that thickness. And when I got these 20-inch chenille stems, they're really, really thick. So I'll show you the difference here. So this is the black 20-inch chenille, and then this is a 12-inch. So you could see already, like this looks like a furry caterpillar, and this one's kind of scrawny. So I really, really like these. And because they're 20 inches, we're just going to cut them in half, and all you need is a 10-inch one. So for every one pipe cleaner, you're going to get 2 of your sprays that we're going to be putting. So you're only going to need 4 of your 20-inch chenille stems or pipe cleaners, whatever you want to call them. So we'll need 2 black, and then we'll need 2 white. And the great thing is, guys, they come in so many fun colors. So I pulled some over here. There's like this lavender, there's like a light blue, this pretty lime green, this pink. If you're doing green monster with pink, you can put these two together. Then there's this red. You could put the red with the green together. I think I might do some of those. There's a hot pink. There's like a more of a mossy type darker green. There's like a light brown that would be good for like gingerbread. So there's many colors of these that you can be getting. And I got these are all from Burlap and Bling Decor. And if you use my code RK10, it'll save you 10%. And for a pack of 50, I believe it's $2.25. So that's not bad at all. Because like I said, that 50, because we're going to be cutting them in half, you're going to actually get 100 out of them. So that's a great price. All right, so all we're going to do is let's just take I usually do them together. Like I'll actually, let's do one and then I'll do the other ones when we'll cut it in half. So I'm just going to take this one here and I'm just going to twist it. Now this is if you're more experienced, you would do this one. I'm just gonna twist them all, like the whole entire 20-inch stem at one time, and just kind of flings around. So I just do it all at one time, and then we'll cut it in half. The other option is you're just going to cut your things in half first, and then you'll do 2 and 2. So now we're just going to bend it. I kind of find where that fold is in the middle, and you're just going to take your little wire cutters and cut it. Done. And now your next option would be to fold it. The black is slightly longer than the white, so I'm going to do this a little individually. So if you find that, like when you're twisting it, I just pushed the black down just a little bit longer than the white before I twist it, so that way it's not at the end you have a longer tail of the black chenille stem. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. Now it's going to be a little easier because they're shorter. So I'm just putting my finger in between, and then I'm using my thumb and then my middle finger to twist the pipe cleaner kind of around. And then I'm just kind of removing my index finger as I go forward or go up the thing. Then we're just one twist. So those are your options of how to twist it. It's super simple, super easy. This is a pick that is going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, these will be great in your wreaths because, again, they're going to be kind of dancey, and they're going to kind of be like fireworks popping out. It'd be cute if you put little bells at the end too. That would really be cute, but make sure they're small because they're not going to hold the weight of a heavy bell. Remember, these are just pipe cleaners. So now we're going to take our vase fillers. Now these ones are hard to find this year because usually Hobby Lobby had them every single year, and this year for some reason they don't have them. But when I was at the at-home store, and maybe even Hobby Lobby too, if you go to where they have all of their garland, sometimes they'll have these as a garland. Just buy the garland and just take it apart, just cut the wire and then just pull them out, and you'll be able to use the little balls that they have in there. That I've done that many times because for some reason they'll have them in a garland but not in the bag. So you just got to look out for that. All right, so now we're going to take just one of our sides here. I'm going to take my little ball and I'm going to drill the little hole in there. Then I'm going to put some glue right in there. And all we're going to do is just pop our end of our pipe cleaner in there. Then we have the little end. And if you can't find them those ways, the other option you could have is, if you're familiar with air dry foam clay, you could actually just make some little balls with the foam clay, and then I would just roll them in glitter if you wanted them glitter. Because believe it or not, the foam clay, the air dry foam clay, is very, very light. So a little ball this size is not going to weigh that much more than what these ones weigh anyways. And then you can have like all different colors that you might not be able to find in these anyways, especially if you want to do like some Candyland type ones. The only issue, like, I don't have time to roll all of those balls and then put them in glitter. But if you have time, like if they're not going to make these styrofoam balls anymore, then I probably will throughout the year. Just, you know, roll some. Have them sitting aside. Let them dry, though. You do have to make sure you let them dry. Then you can just put them all in a bag, and when you're ready to use them, you can just use them. All right, so let me do this last one here. Okay, so now that's it. We have all of them done, just like that. Now you're just going to take your 18 gauge wire, and now we're just going to attach them all onto our wire. And I'm just going to do them all at one time. So I'm going to come down about an inch and a half. So the wire's up about an inch and a half from the bottom of the pipe cleaner there. I'm just going to kind of put them all around. Take my floral tape, and then I'm going to wrap the pipe cleaners onto that wire. So when I'm using my floral tape, you want to make sure you give it a little bit of a tug, so that way it activates the stickiness. This one doesn't get super sticky. Some of them get really sticky. And so this one, because it doesn't get super sticky when I come down to the end of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand, so like that little piece right there, I'm going to wrap it, and I'm just going to continue to keep kind of twisting it, so that it really sticks on there. Otherwise, it'll kind of unravel. And then you have your little things. You can always kind of just take your hands and kind of bend them kind of the direction that you want, because remember, they are still wired. Don't do it too much or it's going to like really bend unless you want them. You could always twist them up, you know, to make them little like corkscrew. I don't want to do it because then it's hard to get them back to normal. But you could like, you know, twist them like that if you wanted to. Do whatever. But I really like to just have them just like this. I feel like this is a great length. They're really fun, like I said, in your tree, because when you pop them in your tree, they're just kind of like, you know, bounce around in there and your wreaths and things. So see, this one is going to be a super simple one. Super fast, super easy, super inexpensive, but it's going to give you a big impact on your tree and on your wreath and your garlands, or anywhere you want to have some little whimsical fun in your arrangement. All right, I hope you guys enjoy that. And remember, follow my page or subscribe to my page, like this content, so that you don't miss out on anything else. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye.